Well, what's going on, gang? It has been quite a while since we've had a new video posted up, and my apologies for that, but it has been just a weird summer between work and then when we do get a day off, it's been raining. So finally, today we've got a day, we've got some sun, and we've actually not had rain to speak of the last couple of days. So down here, getting the old tiller ready, and we're going to go out here and hopefully it's not so wet that we can go ahead and get our Maniac Outdoors Twisted Turnip food plot in the ground. We're about 3 weeks late, but weather just hadn't allowed us to get there. So we're going to take y'all on out here. We're going to get this tilled up, and we'll pick things up when we get ready to start doing some more planting. All right, well, we got it in, and I am absolutely tickled to death with how the dirt worked. Down here in the sun, worked really good. Right here in the shade, it's still damp, but it turned, and honestly, it drug down really well too. So we ought to have some sprouting up here pretty quick. But the way that this lays out is our deer will come in out of this corner most of the time, and then last year back right in there, there was a scrape, and then there was another scrape right there, and then honestly just like right here in front of the camera, behind the camera, was another scrape. And I had made a mock using the Maniac Outdoors, the scent fuel line, the gland fuel and the scrape fuel, and he couldn't stand it. He was in here, was a young buck, not one that I was necessarily going to take, but I don't know if we can pick it up, but the stand, I think, is right there. So I am absolutely tickled to death with this. Now then, if the weather will hold, hopefully within the next couple of days, I can actually get to Georgia and get another couple of projects done down there. Today is September the 2nd, so I've got 10 days and then we'll be on the road to Wyoming. But hopefully we can get some stuff done down in Georgia before we leave. So fingers crossed on that. Now then, let's put the rest of this stuff up and see what other projects I can get into here today. All right, well, it's project day in Georgia. And before I picked y'all up, just as soon as we come through the gate, is we've went ahead and we've mowed down our campsite down here. Got our fire ring back here. So tried to get that done before it got too hot, but just brought the old push mower down here and mowed that down. Now then, I've got a trail camera right here that just kind of watches our roads. Just it's more of a security feature than anything. But I've got to change the batteries in it, and then I'm moving all of my stealth cams off of our mineral sites, and I'm bringing them up onto our feeders, and going to transition down and start watching our feeders rather than the mineral, because our deer tend to, they stop really using the minerals hard as we head into fall. So we're going to be bringing our cameras off of those, putting them on feeders and getting that done. So the order that I've got to do this in is kind of backwards, because the first camera that I've got to get is over on our south side. So I'm going to ease over there and grab it. And then when we get down here, I'll show y'all some plans that I've got for some coyote trapping. We've got another mineral site out here that's had a camera on it, and I've got a pack. We've actually had as many as 4 coyotes in one picture moving through. So I've got some trap locations. I'll show you what I've got in my head, and then y'all drop a comment down below and tell me what you think. See if tell me straight up, right or wrong. Like, I've just got a couple of ideas. Actually, this camera out here that I'm fixing to put batteries in, it just watches this road. Gets a coyote or two about every other night. They just walk this road. And if it wasn't for me putting the camper literally where I'm standing, I would probably set right here. And I may, late season, after deer season's over, I may just come down here and just try to stay at a motel in town and set right here. But we're going to change these batteries and get around on the south side and grab that stealth cam so we can get up, and then we'll get started on these feeders. We'll pick yous up in a bit. Made it down to the south side down here, and I'm kind of trying to keep my voice down. Done picked up our stealth cam off the tree right here and freshened up our mineral site right here. Maniac Outdoors fueled the rack, but I want to wander around right here just a little bit. Might be a little bit early for Georgia, but right back kind of over here on that side there's several white oaks, and I'm going to walk over there and see if there's been any acorns have fallen. Went ahead and, in the interest of safety, pulled my snake chaps on. This place is known to have some pretty large timber rattlers. I'm going to get right over here. Right here's one of our bigger white oak trees. There's a few acorns starting to fall at the house, but they may not be coming down yet down here. Some good deer tracks right here on the creek. One of our big white oaks right here. I'll turn around. You see it. I don't know. I'm not seeing any acorns on the ground right here. But it may not be time yet. Wander around in here for a minute or two. See if we can come up with something. There's been a lot of deer in here. I don't know if you can see them. Tracks in the sand down here, kind of old. There's a couple of good fresh tracks right there. Keep scouting around in here for a little bit and I'll pick you all up in a minute or two. This is one of those places I was telling you about that I'm thinking about setting. Right back here, about maybe 30 yards, I've got a mineral set and I've had a camera on it. And I have had a literal pack of coyotes going in front of that camera. And what I think is happening is, I'm going to turn around here. This is not really, you kind of see it just right back through there. It's not really a roadbed. It's almost like the timber company cut out or something didn't take, but there's an opening that goes back. And the main road is up there about 60 yards. And this path comes down, and I know those coyotes are working it. So I'm thinking about right here. You see my box where I carry the mineral back there. And this open spot is making a couple of sets right here. And then right back in there, I don't know, it might be 20 yards, is the creek that goes up to the main road. And I'll take ins up here, but where that culvert crosses, I'll show you what I've got in mind right up here. So our culvert is literally just right here. You might be able to see there's the ditch on that side with the creek and the ditch. So I am standing right in the middle of the main road that goes around to our north side. So I am actually contemplating, I have great luck with culvert crossings at the house, but we've got a lot more mountainous terrain. The ditches are a little bit more pronounced. But this ditch down here, I'll bring these down here. Yeah, I mean, let's see. You can see it down in there. It's pretty steep, pretty deep. So what I'm thinking, get the camera out of up too close to me, is just make a set just right on the edge of the road, like right here where we're standing, and then right back out here. You can kind of see the road as it goes up that way, but just put a trap on both sides of this culvert. There's some of our Georgia Joe Roo spiders. The ones they're talking about are invasives. Get up here and see. Boy, he's a pretty thing. Their webs are like steel cable. They are tough. But like maybe even right here in this opening where the road bends back. Road goes in and turns back up the hill. So that's one thought. What do y'all think? Set the culvert maybe the end of this little, I don't even know, just open spot. Put a couple of sets in there and see if we can get rid of some of these coyotes. There have been as many as 4 in one picture on that camera we just took out down there. So now I'm going to ease on around this way, and got a tree stand I've got to repair over here. See if we can get a new swivel on the seat. Okay, gang, this is the last of my priority areas that I'm thinking about setting for coyotes later this year. Another road right here, culvert right there. The thing about it is this culvert isn't as deep, and you can kind of sort of see that darker area right there is more of a swag that's on this side of the creek. The other thing that this does, and I'm kind of standing in it, is the road, right, you can see the truck. So the road comes up and makes a bend, and it goes on out this way. It's a really sharp curve. But then right back here, going up that bank and out to, it's more of a 4-wheeler trail, but it's an open, well-maintained trail that goes out to the neighboring property, and it's clear cut. I'll take you out there in a minute, but there's always been sign right here as well. So I'm also right here in this T, because that's what it is. It's kind of a T. I'm thinking about putting a couple of sets, but then on out here, I'll tell you what, we'll walk out here, scout this a little bit as I go. There's another one of those Joe Roo spiders. Those webs, actually, let me see. Maybe that'll work. Get me a stick here. Keep the spider webs. The other thing too, y'all bear with me. If I'm not looking at the camera or if things get wonky, I'm looking at the ground because there's some grass out through here. Actually, you know what? Let me get this. Man, these Joe Roos, I don't know. Where'd he go? There he goes. Let's see. I'm going to tear that web down. But let me, I'm going to turn the camera around and walk y'all out through here with me. Bear with me just a second. Okay, that's a little better. There's another spider web. You see, I got in the habit years ago of taking a stick, but now look right here. Look here, right in the middle of the trail. Fresh scat. So, they're definitely working this. But I'm trying to keep my feet on, or my eyes on where I'm putting my feet. The last thing I want to do is get out here and step on one of these timber rattlers that are down here. There is another one. I want you to look. Where'd he go? Look at that spider. And them things. But we'll walk out here. It's a little bit more like 100 yards from the main road out this trail. Another spider web right there. Another one right there. Them spider webs are tough. They'll just about break a stick. Spiders are kind of the least of my worries though. Not very pleasant to go face first into one of their webs, but that one strung up there. My goodness. Yeah, face first into one of their webs is not very fun. But the other thing too is stepping on a rattlesnake is even less fun. I've got to cut some of these limbs right here. Actually, it's early enough. Just break out one back. Just so I'm not rubbing up on stuff walking out here. Alright, but this is the other intersection. Property line is right there. You can see the neighbors. That road bed down through there, that's on my side, clear cut. So the other thing that I'm seriously thinking about is dropping a set right here. So this is another T. Got that, runs out that way. We just come from this way behind us. Truck's back out there about 100 yards. So let me know what y'all think. How would y'all go about setting this? I'm gonna ease out through here. I've got several white oaks. You might be able to see them right there. I'm gonna check them for acorns. I've been watching this spot, and then I've got another place right here. Creeks down here, probably 50 yards. And I've got a spot right there in the bottom I've been watching. So I'm going to wander down there and take a look at that right quick. Well, that's wrapping it up down here in Georgia. Or at least as much as I can get done today. I've got another ladder stand over here that I need to actually lay down and adjust the seat on it. But trying to lay it down and then get it stood back up by myself is a little bit, it's on the dangerous side. And then I've got another 2-person ladder that I want to get put up over on the front side in the clear cut. Really good place to be over there with one of the kids. But that's wrapping us up for today. And we're going to go ahead and put a wrap on this video. If you've liked this, please smash that like button down below for us. Give us a follow. And again, comments, anything you've seen on these trapping sets, these ideas that I've thrown out, drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Would y'all do the same thing? Would you do something different? So now, get back to the house and start getting stuff together. We are on the road for Wyoming in less than 48 hours. So stick around. Hopefully we'll have y'all some elk action here in 5 or 6 weeks. We're going to be gone for a while, get back in, and we'll try to get you some more videos back up. But until then, we'll catch yous on the next one.